Hey, hey, hey. Happy Sunday. You are listening to the Get Right Radio Show with the baddest whore on the block, Eric Devante.
Oh, we done upgraded to horror because it's horror season.
Okay.
It's horror season and Eric's a whore.
Let these motherfuckers know. Okay.
I love to see it. I don't know who be sitting here. I do this every time.
Don't you start. Don't you start. Just adjust.
Like who?
I don't. Leave it alone.
Hi, guys. Welcome to episode 260. I'm Kelvin Unique.
Okay. It's giving PBS Kids Special. Down.
We've made a long way.
We have.
We still have to have an event.
I know.
We'll do it in November.
Now I'm just waiting for the milestone to make sense. Because at this point, it's given very much in the air. Like, oh, it's our 272nd episode. Let's have a function.
Like 275.
It's like a quarter milestone. Huh?
That'd be around your birthday.
275?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
260.
January.
Oh yeah, that is 15 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. Yeah. That could be a vibe.
Could be.
I would love that actually.
I think so, especially like how we're planning it.
I think so. And the people want it, like those who I've told are excited.
Those I've told us are excited too.
So I'm ready to bring it to life and like get the people mixing, mingling, and acting an ass. So yeah, but more on that to come. But for today, I feel like we've been talking so much before the show aired.
Because you were on time today.
I was early today.
You're on time today.
I was 30 minutes early, people. I actually got here before Kelvin.
On time.
It's just Kelvin has the key card to get in the building. So I was like getting glizzies at the gas station.
You're getting glizzies.
Yeah, man. I was hungry.
The exact glizzies you think.
I was hungry. I ain't got no shame in my game. In my household growing up, when I was hungry, the only thing I knew how to make were hot dogs and Hot Pockets. But after a while, I ate too many and I was repulsed at the sight of Hot Pockets.
You know, I didn't really get in Hot Pockets till college. I didn't get on like the whole, this is a lot better actually. Oh, child.
Comfortable.
Yes, but I still have to lean like this to talk to you, but it's okay. The mic should be here. For future podcast hosts, if you are ever looking to do a podcast, your mic should be facing the person you're going to talk to, because who wants to lean like this when you can lean in like this? Okay. Anyways,
you weren't into microwavable food.
I was not into microwavable food until college. I feel like I got on the wave a lot late, like ramen noodles. I was telling somebody on I went on a date.
We have a lot to get into.
We do. I missed you.
I missed you too. Been so long.
Say it.
He's been on.
Say it.
So please.
Throw it on the floor.
Show me
the nigga right
what
here.
it is that you want to see.
Say it. I lost my cadence a little bit. I forgot what I was supposed to say.
I don't remember the ad-libs behind Nivea because I'm so focused on Nivea.
You don't remember those?
Like, I knew the ad-libs were there. It was just I was never focused on saying them because I was always doing Nivea's part.
Oh, okay.
So it's like I know he's saying something. So
yeah,
I really couldn't help you.
That's what he's saying.
Wow, that was good though. You found your way there.
Thank you.
Okay, so you got on the wave late. You found out about ramen noodles late. You went on a date. I'm just making sure we have all of this like in the deck so we can address it.
Yes, so we can address all these things.
Are you one of the people that when you found out about ramen, like you make really intricate ramen meals?
No. I'm very much basic ramen. I'm also vegan, so I don't eat the ramen anymore because I don't know what's in that chicken, beef, shrimp packet. I don't know what's in that.
That is true.
But when I was indulging in lots of ramen and collage, I kept it pretty simple. I think that's why pre-hypertension just crept up on me.
Damn, that's real.
But it's back down, Lord. Thank God.
Ramen is a broke hack 101. Like
it is.
It is. Now I'm like, if I'm eating ramen, it's like it's a hard day.
I went to a very nice ramen restaurant not too long ago. It was really nice.
I went on a date for ramen once before.
Really?
Years ago. It was this guy. I feel like we didn't have the same name. Did we have the same name? It doesn't matter. It didn't last. Yeah, we went to get ramen and I wasn't impressed. I like to leave feeling like I don't have to eat again for the next few hours. And I went to McDonald's an hour later.
You know, I was talking about that on a date.
What?
Well, with my special one. I'm gonna call him special one. How black folks are used to certain customs in the household that we don't realize are not where they're supposed to be until later on in life. Like one is like when we buy our clothes, I've noticed that obviously, I have such long arms. I want all my stuff to hit right here, like over my hand. But in actuality, it shouldn't. It should come right here, like above the thing. But that's me growing up in a Black household, and my mom buying things a little bit oversized so I can grow into those things. Grow into what we're doing. So that's why I don't know why I was wearing a 34 when I'm a 31.
34 what?
Pant, like waist.
Calvin, I don't know. Are you a 34 now?
No, I'm a 31 now.
I'm gonna say I don't think you were.
I was never a 34.
Yeah, that is a shift to get from a 31 to a 34.
I was never a 34, but sometimes you buy your pants. This also was the era. It was the era, but also it was like you buy them a little bigger so you can grow into them. Same way I think when it comes to eating. I think that we're so used to the Black culture. Eat everything on your plate. Eat everything on your plate, or finish your plate, or eating till you get full, because moms and dads were like, okay, you're not gonna get multiple meals, and you ain't gonna be running back in my kitchen snacking all day. So we equate hunger and fullness with almost like gluttony and overeating, because we'll eat till we get full and our stomachs out like this. It's like, oh, that was good. Now, I can go. Instead of just like eating just to satisfy the hunger and then going about our day.
Yeah. And that one, it stuck with me because now I really look to be full. I'm a little better now because I've had that conversation a few times over. But like, I just because if you go to like one of these fufu restaurants in LA, like don't make everything look pretty and presentable and I'm still hungry. Like don't give me a broccoli tree, like 5 noodles, and then this weird cut of steak. I don't like that. Make it nasty, Tiger Boys. Stack that plate up like this is an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Well, maybe you start going to all-you buffets. I love all-you-can-eat. I haven't been to one in a minute.
I haven't either. In college, those were my go-tos.
Yeah, I think the last one I went to is when we did like our family photo shoot. We went to Golden Corral.
I knew it. I knew you were gonna say that. Golden Corral is probably like the most buffet ever. And then like as I got older and started like celebrating it more, people would try and rain on my parade by talking about how disgusting it is, because you know what Golden Corral gives.
It gets dirty. It gets gutted.
It does. And that's why I was living my best life in there. But I was like, oh, I guess I can see what y'all are talking about. Ain't been back since. But I also don't live in the South. So, yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple things that I miss living out here, like Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen is cute.
There's no Dairy Queen out here.
Which is interesting to me.
Yeah, because you think that the Queen of Dairy would definitely like run the streets of Los Angeles.
Of course, like it's so sunny.
But no.
She's a down south girl.
Yeah. Also, like, what's it called? Culver's ice cream. Do y'all have that? Oh.
Never heard of that.
Wow. Maybe it's a Southern thing.
Yeah. Southern Midwest. Maybe. Okay, so about this date.
Yeah, somebody went to, oh shit, that FAMU thing was yesterday.
You're going to a FAMU event?
It was a FAMU event yesterday I didn't go to. I forgot all about it. But yeah, it was cool. I don't think it'll be a second one. It gave definitely Fran vibes. I wasn't expecting much neither. I was hungry. They were hungry, so might as well let's go. But some people's on their profiles give off different from what they actually give in real life.
Like aesthetically or what they want?
Both.
Oh, yeah.
Aesthetically, presenting wise. I wasn't going expecting anything. I was just going just to go. But when I got there, it's like, oh.
What did it give on the profile versus what you got?
It gave a little bit like, what's up, man? You know, how you feeling?
What did it give in person?
Hey, girl, how you been?
Be like that.
I was like, oh, hey, girl. Special one ain't got to worry about this at all.
Okay.
I ain't got to worry about this at all. I don't need no new friends.
Okay. I love that you're out there dating, though.
I think cuffing season's upon us. I think that, well, yeah, we'll talk about it in our topic too. But I think I think that it's healthy to date. I think it's healthy to get out there to see what you want. Yeah. Because if you're not dating, then you'll be stuck and then you don't know what you want.
I had a really good conversation with my mom when I went home this past weekend.
I was going to ask you how you were.
I feel so weird saying I went home because Maryland has never been my home. I just say home is where the heart is, and that's where my sister and her 2 daughters currently live. So like that is a piece of home, but I have no connection to Maryland at all. But it was nice. It was necessary. I needed a second to get away. I needed to like recalibrate and figure out what I needed because I felt overwhelmed. I've been in a state of financial stress for some time now. So it's easy to kind of like get stuck in that and get caught up. But going home for my sister's 50th birthday was so nice. Like having conversations at this point in life and not thinking about the things that I used to, i.e., code switching in front of my family. I didn't wear any crop tops because like my mom like makes mention of it from time to time. Like it's very weird. She's come a long way, so I want to give her credit for that. But like there were points where she's like, "You and these cut off shirts, blah 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 blah." And then she'll be like, if you're coming around the family, you don't have to wear a crop top, right? And then the last time we spoke, she was like, okay, like some crop tops do look good, but if you're gonna wear them, you gotta work out. I was like, but still improvement, still improvement. So I say all that to say, like, not having to think about that stuff, like we were together. One of the conversations I asked her, she was reminiscing on her younger days with one of her best friends. And she was like, basically, if I never got married again or settled down with a man again, I have no regrets. I can't say that I didn't live my best life. And it was interesting because before I went to Maryland, I was having a conversation with my therapist, and I was like, I've never seen my mom in like anything long term. And for me, I guess I've accepted and understanding that maybe I wouldn't have it either because I'm like, I'm not used to my biological mom having a long term partnership or really any partnership that I've seen. And then my great aunt who raised me, I'm not used to seeing her in a long term partnership. So I'm like, it's not a guarantee that everyone has a happy ending with somebody else, which was something I didn't want to like accept as a possible reality. And I'm still not, but I understand it more. Either way, I'm rambling. So she was basically like, yeah, I don't have any regrets. And then she was telling me that I cannot hide from dating and that I should enjoy my 20s right now because the level of attention that I get at this point will look different throughout the decades.
Amen.
And you don't want to miss your window running from possibly getting hurt. That's the risk that you run. And she was just like reading into my soul. And there was a bunch
That's
of
the
things that I
truth.
needed to hear. So it was fun. And then like just being around my family, like it gave me this burst of energy to come back and just do all the things I wanted to do. I came back and I've been practicing for a ball on Friday.
Wait, time out, time out. You're participating in a ball on Friday?
Shout outs to the House of Coochie.
What?
Started by Sasha and Dwayne. And I'm honored to be a part of that house. I'm walking in the face category.
What?
It's the Renaissance Kiki Ball for Sasha's birthday, and it's this Friday. I will post more information
I would say,
throughout the week
please
on
let me
social
know. I
media.
may pull up and support.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Like I'm so nervous about it because for those of y'all not familiar with ball culture, essentially in these categories, you have to rise to the occasion. If it's
Okay.
runway, you have to fit a certain type of not only aesthetic but like essence. So I'm learning like the difference between like American
And
runway and
European
European runway.
Schoolboy.
Schoolboy
Butch
runway,
Queen.
Butch Queen. Like for me to be doing Butch Queen face, this idea that I have to present my face to a panel of judges and like really just sell it to the girls, and hopefully I get my tens and not a chop. But like also not caring if I do get chopped because I know what I look like
You're
and
that
that
bitch.
doesn't define me. So all these things like being home last weekend really gave me the energy to do this. On Tuesday, I took 2 dance classes, like basically back to back. I went to one at T Millie, then I took Dwayne's dance class. So that was good. I'm in therapy, life planning. Now I just need more sources of income, but like I know that that's coming. So yeah, like I feel good and I'm just trying to keep that momentum alive. Dating has not been too much of a thing. I've had some like prospects, some of which are really nice, others no, I think they're all really nice. It's just a matter of like, can I do this right now? Like my mom basically told me stop running from it. But also like me going through like a financial stressful period, I got no money to date you.
I get that.
Like, and I've been blessed. Like the guys that do show interest in me, they always want to spend and take me out, and they're like, "Don't worry about this." But for me personally, it's just a matter of like, I never want you to feel like you have to carry the whole weight of. And it's nice that you want to do it, but like, I don't think a relationship should be 100% on one person in one area, 25 on another. Like, I think it needs to be equally yoked. So I'm like, until I can get that together, I'm okay falling back. It would be nice, but it's just not. It's not a great time for it.
I get that.
Um, So yeah, either way, that was amazing, and I'm just ready to keep it going. And I've been writing raps more,
Okay.
and yeah, I
I've
had
been
a really
apartment
good week.
shopping.
Hmm.
I've been apartment shopping.
Did you?
Yeah, I think I found one I like.
Where is it?
Downtown.
Okay. Everyone wants to go downtown. I
Yeah,
mean,
everybody loves going downtown.
yeah, amen. The options are nice. It's just like the surrounding area is gutter.
Yeah, but I just like how, I don't know, maybe it's me being country boy, just want to live in a city for a second.
Is it a loft?
It's a studio. It's a gorgeous studio.
Hmm.
I want something that's me, just like, oh, it's just Kelvin.
Mm-hmm.
It's just me here.
Everything is right where you left it when you come back.
Yes.
Mhm.
Not only all that space.
Yeah.
I always been weird. Like I never really want like a big ass house.
That last one you showed me was big as hell. That loft. Do you remember?
I don't remember.
The one that I told you the bathroom was completely disjointed from the rest of it?
Oh yes.
That was huge.
It was. I didn't go with that one.
I know, obviously.
Yeah.
But still, how much smaller is this one?
It's a little smaller.
Okay. It's just you, so that could work.
Yeah, me and Zora.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need a lot.
I hear it.
Ain't nobody coming over.
I don't know about it.
Ain't nobody coming over.
Okay. We're taking the minimalist approach.
Mm-hmm. That's why I'm not having no couch.
Okay, now it's giving rant.
I'm giving a couch.
I'm about to say now it's giving rant. La Viva Wim.
I'm definitely have a couch in there.
Mm.
But yeah.
That's good. Okay, so where are we at in this process?
Well, I want to be in a new spot by my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Damn, that's soon.
It's very soon.
Oh shoot, we didn't even talk about your birthday plans.
Oh, do the same thing every year. We're having a picnic, y'all.
Calvin found that park one year and never looked back.
It's the greatest thing. That was
It
God.
is. I personally love it. Like it was fun.
That was God that gave us that picnic.
I still remember last year vividly because my best friend's little sister came to stay with me, and so she came to your birthday to meet up with me, and that was a good night. Like the games were flowing, everyone was really lit. Jason gave that long ass drawn out birthday speech, and me and Chris were just standing there like, girl. Well, Chris wasn't saying girl, but I was saying it for both of us. I was like, girl. Oh, but it was a great event. It was a great event.
Yes, always I love my birthday because it's always something weird that happens that people talk about. It's always something weird. And last year was definitely that speech.
I think obviously he likes being in the spotlight, which is fine. I understand that. But also like alcohol flows. And it was a lot of alcohol on that bench.
It was a lot of alcohol.
It was a lot. So
that's why I like BYOB because I bring bottles. I tell people to BYOB because we want to keep this thing flowing. We want to have a good time. That's how you get loose and talk to people. That's how you start playing games and stuff. So this year I'm debating, because I still want to keep. I definitely want to keep it at the park because secret. This is and don't nobody out there try to take my stuff because I'll punch them in their fucking face.
Okay.
I like the park because I think a lot of times in LA, we go to these parties and we sit in these sections and we stand around, we just look at people and we're like, oh, that was a great time. No one dances, no one really engages with each other. And it's just, I don't know. I just feel like at the park, everybody's on the same level. It takes me back to those Midwestern 2-year-old birthday parties with burnt hot dogs, a homemade cake, and some ice cream cups, or the sherbet ice cream in a big bucket. You remember?
Oh my God,
the bucket ice cream?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
It reminds me of those times. Like all we had was just that, and we had the most fun. And I think cookouts and barbecues bring us back down to that level. Just like we're all on the same playing field. Let's just meet people. Let's talk. Let's have fun. Let's have a good time. That's why there's games out and about. That's why there's little snacks. That's why there's some libations. There's been soft music, and this year I've really been debating on if I want to have a DJ or not.
Oh, you really trying to turn it up?
Because it's not so much a party; it's more so like a kickback outside.
Yeah,
and I feel like the DJ may distract from people playing games.
But
I've been having that internal that I don't know if these people out here really care, but you know.
No, I mean,
people on the podcast listen. Like, we don't want to hear your birthday plans. Like, what are you talking about? Some of the
people listening, most of the people listening, have been to either mine, or both of our birthdays.
Yeah, this is true.
So they are very much listening.
So I guess, you tell me this, people, as we gear up towards the 3rd annual picnic in the park. I don't know what the theme gonna be yet. Last year was
R&B,
R&B
something like
love
that.
song.
Yes,
But
because
this
you
year
had us all some
maybe
music.
there may be a 2000s playlist. I don't know.
Ciao.
We'll see. But yeah, you tell me. Should I do a DJ? Do we need a DJ, or should we just keep it like family fun with the games and the cards and the stuff like that? Or would the DJ distract from people actually talking to each other?
No, the DJ won't distract, but that park didn't have an outlet.
No, so I have to get a generator.
Oh, go hard or go home. I'm here for it though. I love like your birthday in the park. It's secluded and everyone seems to be on the same frequency. Everyone is down to have a good time. By the end of the night, everyone is very lit. And well, it doesn't really matter what day your birthday falls on this year because you typically
It's on
do
a
it on
Tuesday,
a
so November 19th, people. November 19th, clear your schedules.
That's a Saturday.
It's a Sunday.
Oh, and then we can like, well, you don't like heart, so I guess we can all go to Trunks.
Yeah, y'all can go to.
You're not gonna come to Trunks?
I don't know. I think it's a good Sunday fun day.
Yeah,
Get a
but
picnic from like 2 to 7.
yeah, but then we're not done.
I know.
2 to 7. Oh, well, you be out there immediately after this show.
I do.
I'll be there at Q330.
Yeah, people start showing up like 4:30.
Mm-hmm.
When we ride that wave on out.
Yep, absolutely. And then we just keep it going from there. Chances are it'll either be me, Lavelle, or Breon to try and bring us to WeHo or another function.
Or another function.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody had the after party.
Okay.
Maybe I'll be in my new apartment by then.
You would invite all the people
I'll
there?
be in my new apartment by then. We can go to the rooftop.
Oh, I was about to say. Oh my God, speaking of, oh, well, I'll talk about it on commercial break. Okay. It's not that important. Oh, also, before we get into this, you better chatting. Read.
I'm sorry, the listeners, if this is your first time listening to the show, I have not seen my baby Eric in like a week and a half, 2 weeks. Yeah. So we're just literally just catching up. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, we got to catch up. Look, fuck
sorry,
that.
guys.
Shit.
Sorry,
a podcast is a conversation, a good one.
It is.
Unless we talk about the ones that get, it doesn't matter.
I feel like we talked about some good stuff so far.
We always talk about good things. We always talk about good things. I wanted to shout out Phil and I wanted to shout out Jay Lamar because I was a part of a dating show pilot that they were filming yesterday.
I saw that. Mm-hmm. And I was a little mad nobody told me about it.
Yeah, I think it's Phil's production and Jay Lamar was, I don't know what Jay Lamar's role was specifically because he was definitely he was a dating coach, but he was also directing as well. So I think that it was like a co-partnership type thing. Either way, they work like amazingly well together, and it was so much fun. Like Nathan, my favorite Bronx bitch, my favorite male Bronx bitch, was there, and Nathan is always a joy. Who else was? Trying to figure out who August, who's been on the show before, was there.
It's a lot of Get Right Here alum. That's why I was like, well, here I am.
Yeah.
Single and bored.
No. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. But it wasn't like a real chance to, I mean, obviously you can connect with people wherever you go, but it was scripted. So it wasn't really like I was going on there as a prospective dater.
Oh, well, thank you for giving away everything.
I mean, once you saw it, you would know. I won't tell you the details, so that way it's very like, but I will say it wasn't really me as myself looking for love. But it was fun, and I look forward to seeing what they do with it, how it all comes out, and then where it goes from there. Like,
I would love to see it too. We'll talk off. We'll talk
off the air. Absolutely.
It may be some good opportunities there.
Wait, for what?
We'll talk off.
Okay. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about now.
There may be some great opportunities there.
All right. So yeah, that's pretty much been it. Oh, and then we didn't talk about how we went to Trunks, but I was only there for 30 minutes.
Went to Trunks for 30 minutes.
I went with
in that 30 minutes, I seen him all of 4.
Yeah.
He came in, he was twerking his way through the club.
That is such a lie.
Pop locking and dropping it.
Okay, that was once.
He pulled up on me. I said, oh, hey. Then he tried to throw his ass back on me. I said, whoa there.
Kelvin, you are such a lie. First off, the position that you were standing in next to them little ass bar tables, there was no way I was getting to
and
you.
That's exactly why I was like, whoa.
You are so full of it.
Wow.
You are so full
then
of
you disappeared.
it. Huh?
Then you disappeared.
We went to the back of the club, my Shonda voice, and then like the minute I was with Dwayne, and then the minute we found our groove, the music cut.
Yeah.
And I was gonna go to like another party afterwards, but I was just like,
Yeah.
But what I will say, that night, the men outside were so bold.
Yeah.
One guy saluted me and said, "I saw your ass and had to give you a salute." I said, "Wow, I've never experienced that. Thank you so much."
Did you salute back?
No,
Was he cute?
not my stilo.
Oh, okay.
But I was flattered.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a lot of handsome gentlemen out, and we weren't even out that late. We weren't out that long. I think we was out for like maybe 2-3 hours,
Mm-hmm.
and it took my ass back home.
I wanted to be in the streets longer. I was lit. I wasn't tore up because, child, I don't think I ever discussed this with you. I know we discussed everyday people, but like Kelvin, I was blackout drunk, but alive. So that is the worst for me because I don't remember anything that took place. Anything that took place. We will get into more of the get right when we get back, including, bitch, you better read.
We'll be back.
And we are back.
We are back.
Okay, it is time for bitch. You better read.
What's my favorite word?
Where's my background music? Okay. Number one. Did you see that clip on social media of Lotto being interviewed by that young interviewer and people getting on her back for her response?
I did see that, and I didn't think it was anything wrong with it.
I didn't either, but that's number one. So, people discuss if Lotto's response to child fashion influencer was inappropriate in a resurfaced interview. SWV?
Okay.
Weak. Okay. They got really loud. Another day, another debate. Folks on Twitter are discussing if Lotto was inappropriate with how she answered a question to a 9-year-old fashion influencer, Taylin Biggs. In a resurfaced clip from New York Fashion Week, Taylor, reporting on behalf of Harper's Bazaar, asked the rapper how she describes her style. Lotto says, I think I'm authentic. I think I give modern, sexually liberated woman. You'll learn later about that, she replied. Although the two continued to talk as Taylor asked Lotto what she couldn't leave the house without and if she preferred Barbies or Bratz dolls, all people were focused on was Lotto's response about her style. As the big energy rapper trends on Twitter, it appears not everyone has the same opinion about her fashion response being inappropriate. One tweeted, which is it? Y'all want children to understand that sexual liberation and expression is natural, or do you want to continue to have these ultra conservative narratives? Sexual liberation is not a pseudonym for a sexual act. Grow up.
Okay.
Another fan tweeted, there are definitely little kid ways to say the same thing, like modern, confident, loving, and appreciating the body that I have, friendly/social, feeling free to enjoy adulthood. Who says sexually liberated to the babies? Lotto hasn't responded to the chatter, but the rapper made it clear on September 25th that she doesn't care what anyone says about her in a series of tweets. And I personally agree. Like, for me, everything... Okay, yeah, this is loud. I don't know if it's loud to the listener.
I don't know neither.
But I definitely
it was
feel like
given,
I'm like...
It really was not giving this at first.
It really was like, no, you gonna hear me. Someone like threw their CD in there and was like, no, you gonna
my
bump this.
mixtape.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't, like, everything doesn't have to be a think piece. I don't think a lot of people take into consideration that when you are in an interview, whether it be with an adult or a child, you are on the fly. So really the first thing that comes to your mind is what's going to come out your mouth. And it wasn't like she was like, look, little bitch, I like to show a titty here, a pussy lip to the right. Like, I don't think it was as dramatic as y'all are making it out to be. But also, you know, we've had this conversation on countless occasions. We like to build the people up, and then once they get out of reach, we like to pull them back down. And I think that it's just anything, whether it be Lotto's name, how she answered this question, her body, whatever the case may be, is always going to be something with these artists, you know. But I just didn't think it was that deep. The little girl didn't know what she was talking about, and it is what it is. Maybe I have more of like a understanding to it because, you know, we do that, so we know what it's like to ask the questions and have to answer the questions. I was like, it wasn't like anything repulsive.
Yeah, I seen it and I was like, oh, this is a cute answer.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think that it was saying like, girl, you know, I'm out here popping that twat and you say too. I didn't.
Wait, what was the last part?
Popping that twat, and I think you should too. She didn't say that. That was not the narrative I picked up from that. I think that's what people wanted to take away from that. I think that's what people wanted to take away from that, but I don't think that that's what it was giving.
Oh my God, imagine if she's...
It was never giving that. It was never. I didn't take that away. I just think she said that she's like, being
okay.
Mom, what's a twat? And how do I pop it? What is that?
Sweetie, you know, we're no longer doing any more journalism or anything for Harper's Bazaar.
What
okay, let's get in the car and don't tell your dad about
this. She never
this.
said anything of that nature. So I think that I think that the backlash is just backlash because people want something to talk about. Absolutely. I think people get fake outrage on the internet every day, and this is another case of fake outrage. Yeah. I think that Lotto speaking about sexual liberation is not sexualizing the young girl because she didn't tell her to do it. But also, we live in an era and a time that she can pick up TikTok and go through so many dark sides of TikTok.
Yeah.
Because TikTok goes there. I didn't realize it went there until I was just scrolling one night. I was like, what is this hashtag? What the what?
Yes. TikTok is a wild place.
So I don't know. I can see why some parents be like, oh, you can't say that to my child. Well, great. Won't talk to your child like that.
Right.
But also, the child was in a grown-up space.
Yeah, she was covering Harper's Bazaar,
which definitely talks about sex in their magazine.
Mm-hmm. And grown women
fashion and things of that nature. So we also think time and place. She didn't pull up at the elementary school, talk to the kids, and the kids ask her, hi, Miss Lotto, how do you describe your style? This was not Miss Kimmy's kindergarten class.
Right.
She was on the red carpet.
Right. Yeah.
So I think time and place, proximity to the situation.
Absolutely. And shout out to that baby having a viral interview, and she's probably like what 6?
And that's her second one because she did one with Karuchi.
Oh wow.
I seen the one with Karuchi. That's the one I've seen first that was going viral, and then they pulled that one back up.
This little girl's resume
Yeah.
gonna hit hard when she get older.
Okay.
I know that's right. Number 2.
Nothing. I really don't. I'm just gonna.
It wasn't about him. I just wanted to get into the overall conversation about.
Shut the fuck up.
Definitely an interesting topic for conversation. So Boosie says Netflix should remove the new series based on Jeffrey Dahmer.
Every time you say somebody's in the Lame Hall of Fame, I'm gonna start playing that.
Okay, I think that's fair. Make sure that they get their flowers.
Mm-hmm.
Many people around the world have been talking about the new Netflix series Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story. However, some people believe that the series should be removed from the streaming service, including
Dark
Boosie,
Eyes.
who took to Twitter to express his thoughts. On Thursday, Boosie
Dark
tweeted
Eyes.
out, "As Black people, we should boycott the Jeffrey Dahmer movie. What he did to our Black kids is fucking sick. Hashtag Netflix, take this movie down. It's sick." He later followed up with a video expressing those sentiments once again, and he said, "Us as Blacks, we need to ban this Jeffrey Dahmer movie. This is some sick shit. What he did to our race, this is some sick shit. We need to boycott this damn movie off Netflix. This is sick. The victim's family should be getting paid off every dollar Netflix made." For those who are not familiar with the Netflix series, it stars Evan Peters, who portrays serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer.
Does a great job.
He did an amazing job. I hope he gets all the awards this award season or whatever it is. The series explores the stories of the victims that were unfortunately murdered by Dahmer in Wisconsin. Dahmer murdered 17 boys and gay men. He was eventually charged for the murders he committed and was sentenced to life in prison. He later died in prison after being beaten by another inmate. As previously reported, earlier this week, Rick Ross became the talk of social media when he tweeted out, "Locate me a pair of those Dahmer shades." The overall series has created a conversation on social media as viewers notice race played a major factor as to why Jeffrey Dahmer was able to murder multiple people before being caught. Now, what I will say, because there was another story, I was really just looking for anything around the series so that way we could talk about it. And one of the other conversations is that Netflix removed it from the LGBTQ genre because some people said that that wasn't like good representation for the community or X, Y, and Z. While I understood what they were saying, I'm like, well, if we're keeping it a bean, predominantly it is connected to the LGBTQ community. He didn't kill everyone that was gay, but the majority of the people he killed were gay. And he had some type of romantic feelings towards them. So it's giving very much LGBTQIA. We ain't all sane, okay? Just because we're in the same community don't mean we all operate on the same frequency. So cut the shit, people. But in regards to Boosie's thing, I really don't think that it should be removed because these are real things that took place in the 70s, in the 80s. And he's not the only one. Like, he's not the only man that did things like this. So I don't think erasing history on streaming services actually erases history. If anything, I think it's extremely helpful because a lot of us navigate very freely in the sense that, you know, we have app culture and, you know, a lot of us feel comfortable linking up, or when we're in social settings, whether it be a bar or a restaurant and someone approaches you, maybe you don't have that same sense of alarm, you know, in terms of like how you navigate them. Maybe you'll be quick to go back to their place or you'll go somewhere with them by yourself. And like this series goes to show you cannot trust everybody. You need to start vetting the people that you let occupy your space, because no, maybe Jeffrey Dahmer didn't immediately set off red flags in people's heads, but clearly Shorty is a killer. So I think that the series has been beneficial in that way. Like for me personally, the vetting process for men has gone up. I will not let you come with me. You will not come to me with a drink. I will need to see that drink prepared and not by you from start to finish. Like I'm not going to nobody's house unless I feel extremely comfortable. And if I do, I will be sharing the location with somebody. Like these are the precautions that need to be taken, like sex trafficking, rape, murder, robberies, all this stuff has been going on. So I think people need to just wake up. If you don't like the subject matter of this series, then don't watch it, but still it's a real thing. So, you know, stay ready. How did you feel about the series itself and Boosie's comments and all the online engagement?
I have started and had to stop it. I haven't gotten too far in because I'm emotional
It's intense.
and I'm having an emotional reaction to it. So when I finish, I'm going to finish watching it, but I just want to pace myself, But what I don't understand about Twitter and about Black social media comments is that we scream Black Lives Matter. We scream, let's shine a light on the injustices that happen around this world. We scream, we cannot forget the past. We must look at the past as a light for the future so we can help understand what is going on. But then when we have something like this, who tells a real story, a tale of Black queer people at their most vulnerable state being taken advantage of, we say take it down.
Right.
I don't get it. I don't understand it. And one thing I've been very familiar with the Jeffrey Dahmer case simply because as a Black gay man, I feel like we should know these things.
Yeah.
And I've watched a couple of documentaries on it, but every documentary I've watched focuses on Dahmer.
Yeah.
And it never focuses on the victims. And one thing that I appreciate about this one, that you finally get a name, a voice, and something tangible to the people that he murdered.
A legitimate story.
They're not just victims. You get the backstory. And I think that's what people are missing. Sometimes a lot of people saying this glorifies the killers and stuff like that. I think no, this puts shines a light on the injustice around Black murder, the injustice around Black LGBTQIA people, because there's no way that Jeffrey should have been able to kill so many people. For those who have not watched it, this may be a little spoiler alert. One of the victims got away, went to the cops. Cops gave him back, and he ended up getting killed. And this is not made up. This is real life. So like it goes just to show how the justice system is not always set up for us. And it also shines a light on the victims and how they went through certain things. And I know the family's like, this is rehashing trauma, but I don't know. I think this is actually putting a voice to your family member.
Yeah.
Because for years it's just been victim A, victim B, victim C. Now we have a name, we have something tangible. We can celebrate their lives and say that and let their lives be a cautionary tale to help other people understand what really happened. And I think that's what makes me so frustrated about comments like Dark Eyes, because it just take this down. We shouldn't. This is horrible for the Black community. Like what?
That accent was so potent.
Why? How is this? No, this is not. This is stuff we need to talk about. This is stuff we sweep under the rug. This is stuff that probably still goes on.
Absolutely.
Like that not too long ago here in Los Angeles, 2 gay Black men were found killed at that rich man's apartment.
Yes. Ed Buck.
Yeah. This is stuff that still goes on. And he didn't get convicted until 2 years after the first one passed. And then someone else had to pass away for that to happen.
Yeah. Drugging Black men up.
So these are not just stories that are just standalone. This is stuff that's still going on and things that need to be talked about.
Absolutely.
So pulling it off of Netflix does not help the conversation, not push the conversation forward.
Yeah. I can definitely understand how the families could feel a different level of connection to the stories because they've had to live it and probably still have to deal with those things. So like there's a certain level of sensitivity and empathy I have for them specifically. For other people, this is just one of those examples of ignorance not being bliss. Like your ignorance really could get you killed. So it's important to have stuff like this on social. Well, so not only social media, but like streaming platforms and the internet and all that. I have been following the Dahmer story for a long time. Like I really do like crime stories. I like to get into like the psychological part of it. Like what can make a person so unhinged. So I'm no stranger to this. I think that this was very well executed. Have you gotten to episode 6?
No, and I am preparing myself for episode 6 because understand it's a love story.
Yeah, it's really well done, well executed, and I cannot guarantee this, but I feel like you will feel a connection towards that victim. Just because you're kind of rooting not only for the victim to make it out, but also for Dahmer to see the potential for something to actually go right and not follow his same pattern. But child, episode 6, that's the one.
But I just want to say shout out to Now his name just as soon as I say, I just want to shout him out.
Evan Peters.
The man who, the producer,
Ryan Murphy.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Ryan Murphy, because I don't think he gets a lot of flowers, but I don't think he gets the flowers that he deserves.
Mm-hmm.
This man, from Glee to the Versace
Pose
to Pose, now to this, has shone a light on LGBTQIA culture and given people in marginalized areas a voice. And I think that when we look at his work from Pose to this, we are still seeing and hearing Black stories that were not told, Black queer stories that were not told. So no matter how you feel about it, he's shining a light on issues and things that we don't normally see. He made it possible for the first trans woman to win a Golden Globe for lead actress.
Was it
MJ
Michelle?
Rodriguez.
Okay, yeah, I thought so. I remember that.
He gave her a role that she probably would never get from somewhere else.
Yeah.
He's put people in places to win. Amber Riley. We talk about how much we love Amber Riley. He probably had to fight for Amber Riley, if we really want to be honest.
Yeah. And she's so sickening.
She's so sickening.
That would have been a
her. I love her.
Yeah, she's great.
He's giving people opportunities. So shout out to Ryan Murphy. Shout out to everybody who supports the film. If you have not watched it, I say, well, the series, please watch it.
Or at least read up on it, because I do realize not everyone can stomach seeing stuff like that, and it gets a little graphic at points. But at least get the information if you don't want to watch it for yourself. But production quality is top tier. Top tier.
And if you like American Horror Story, why not watch this?
Okay. And this will really freak you out because it happened. Number three. Dwayne Wade disables comments on Zaya Wade's IG account. Dwayne Wade is not standing for the hate on his daughter's social media account anymore. The former NBA superstar announced that he's restricting comments on Zaya Wade's Instagram. My comments never get through because I be want to be like, yes, bitch, eat the girls up. And then it'd be like, comments on this post have been limited. I'm like, y'all just want to shut me out so bad. Wade made the announcement in a tweet on Thursday after fans inquired about why the comment section on Zaya's page was turned off. Yeah, I DM'd him. I didn't really DM him. Julian King, a musician from Philadelphia, mentioned Wade and his wife Gabrielle Union on Twitter, saying, "I hate that I can't comment hearts and cute comments on Zaya Wade's IG posts. As a member of her community, the LGBTQ community, I want to lift her too. I want to lift her up too. Dwayne Wade, please fix it, please." The former NBA superstar explained that the comment feature had been disabled for the sake of Zaya's mental health. For Zaya's mental health and privacy, we've decided not to allow the hate into her comments. Thank you for wanting to spread and show her love. Zaya recently popped out on Instagram sporting a whole new look.
That's right.
Blown out inches with a lightly beat face. Zaya's new photo sparked a lot of conversation online as the teen who came out as transgender in 2020 began to present in a more feminine way. Despite the open love and support that Zaya has received since coming out as transgender, the teen has spoken about the public scrutiny and criticism that she's faced over the last 2 years. Zaya spoke on the topic during an interview with stepmom Gabrielle Union for the Dove Self-Esteem Project. As a trans person, once I came out, there was a lot of hateful comments about how I should grow my hair out long or fit into a certain version of femininity, even though that's not true at all. That kind of advice is just trying to break you, but don't let it. Zaya also revealed that the most important lesson she's learned from the Bring It On star is her telling me that not everyone in the world and in the media is going to be truthful about what you look like. I don't have to believe everything they say. The only thing I have to believe is what I feel and what beauty means to me. I think focusing on inner beauty is the most important. Let me say, like, meeting this girl and being the second interview she's ever done in life. Flex. Didn't we both interview her? No,
I wasn't there.
We worked that same event the next year together. Yeah. Okay, so being the second interview she's ever done, like, she's so well spoken and she's so intelligent, but also she's a reflection of her parents. Like, the way that Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union support, like, even during the interview I had with her, they didn't interject much. They didn't seem to like know it all. Like, they cracked the code to raising like a young trans woman. Like, it was very much like, this is about her. We're here as her support system. You make sure you keep your questions cute. They didn't say no stuff like that, but like, I could tell that they were just there. And it was her first time ever being on a red carpet. So they really wanted to make sure she had an experience that didn't like, I guess, traumatize her. Because you really never know what you're gonna get on the red carpet. But yeah, like, and they are the most grounded family, and they're all beautiful, and they color coordinate. They let, at least on that night, they let Zaya pick the color scheme, and everyone just had their own interpretation of it. And just to see how she's blossoming and really coming into her own from the time that I met her, because she just still had like short curly hair at that point. But now, like, to have these inches and the makeup and the fashion is even more elevated. I'm like, this little girl is really about to be some sickening piece of work.
Yeah. I think that Zaya's transition has been a beautiful one. I think I commend Gabby and Dwayne for allowing her to grow into herself. I think that the time needed to transition into the longer hair and the makeup and stuff, it's like a natural transition from an adolescent, a toddler. Well, I wouldn't say a toddler, from a young teen to a
young woman.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, and I think that it's a beautiful transition. I also just want to give her the space to grow.
Yeah.
I think that we are so hard on kids. I think that we forget that kids are kids.
In ways that we wouldn't have been able to handle. Because could you
Yeah.
imagine that level of public scrutiny at that age?
We were talking about that on a work call. Just like how social media today towards the children are just ruthless. Like bullying used to be in school.
Mhm.
And once you got home, you could kind of get away from it.
Mhm.
Or you can find spaces and pockets of peace. Now bullying transcends. You get on you get bullied at school, you go home and you checking your Instagram, your TikTok, people stealing your comments. Like, that's a lot. There's not a way you really can escape it. So like, for them to turn off the comments is to protect her mental health. I commend that.
Mhm.
I really do.
Absolutely.
Like, although like I would love to say, yes, you look gorgeous, yes, send her love, like stuff like that, but also understand that people don't think like us.
No.
And people use that opportunity to spew hate
Mhm.
that does not need to be there, because people hide behind these keyboards and become these personalities and all this other stuff, which is not cool.
Yeah.
It's not cool.
Very intense. And especially at the age that she's at, like, and then like the emotional work that comes with that. Like, not only is she transitioning, so it's like a hormonal thing, but also just as a kid in general, don't nobody have the spirit to deal with all that. That's a lot.
It's a whole lot.
It's a lot. So like, I
It's-
love that
Oh.
Dwayne and Gabrielle take the steps to make sure she's good. Like, they
Yeah.
go out their way, and I respect that. Yeah. If you don't have anything else to add, number 4. You have something else to add?
I thought I did, but I don't. Number 4.
Coolio passes away at the age of 59.
I should have said it a little bit.
Oh, I know. I was really sad about that. That was
I was
shocking.
too.
Like, the first thing I thought of, I was like, damn. And then like not all that. Kenan and Kel like
Kenan
started
and
playing
Kel,
in my
yeah.
head, and I was like,
Well, Gangsta's Paradise was the first thing that, because people know, but people don't really know. Gangsta's Paradise is a sample from Stevie Wonder's Pastime Paradise. So me growing up being a huge Stevie Wonder fan, I grew up being a huge fan of that song, which actually won a Grammy.
Mm.
You know, and
I don't think
Did
we
it
got
win-
that song on the East Coast.
did it win an Oscar? I think it was Oscar nominated.
Wow, what film wasn't it?
Dangerous Minds, I want to say.
Hmm.
Let me Google it. Tell your story. Read your story.
Our thoughts are with the loved ones of rapper Coolio. According to TMZ, he passed away at the age of 59 in Los Angeles. Reports state that he visited a friend late Wednesday afternoon when he passed away. Coolio's longtime manager, Jerez, says Coolio went to the bathroom at his friend's house, and his friend went looking for him after noticing he was gone for a while. His friend found Coolio lying on the floor and quickly called paramedics. Unfortunately, when they arrived, he was pronounced dead on the scene. Jerez said that the paramedics suspect Coolio suffered cardiac arrest. However, an official cause of death has not been determined. The rapper became popular in the 90s with his song Gangsta's Paradise, released in 1995 for the soundtrack of the film Dangerous Minds. The song became his biggest hit and quickly became one of the most popular rap songs of all time, topping the Billboard Hot 100 for 3 weeks. Wow, that's iconic. According to Variety, in addition, it ended 1995 as the #1 single of that year in the United States. Wow. I did not know this song got that much popularity. The following year, in 1996, Gangsta's Paradise was nominated for Record of the Year and Best Rap Solo Performance at the Grammy Awards. with Coolio winning the latter.
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Wow.
I'm looking at it right now. I was wrong about the Oscar.
Yeah, close. There was a controversy behind the record when Weird Al Yankovic created a parody of the song in Amish Paradise in 1996. Oh, now it all makes sense. Coolio was adamant that he did not permit Weird Al Yankovic to do so. However, Coolio and Weird Al made amends and became friends. News of Coolio's death has him trending on Twitter, and his fans have reacted to his death. So, just saying that to say, rest in peace, Coolio. Rest in peace to a legend. Thank you for your contribution to pop culture and media. There will never be another Coolio. From the sporadic braids to the cool West Coast feel, like it's crazy. Like any given day, you can go on social media and see a headline of like one of our legends passing away, and it's just wild. Like, who would have thought? You never really predict people's death unless you know, but like, I didn't think like Coolio. I was like, whoa, that's random.
Yeah, I was just thinking about like
10.
I'll tell you what I'm thinking when we come back after this break. We got more Bitch You Better Read after this. It's not here.
We are back. You are listening to the Get Right Radio Show, and we are on our. Actually, no, you have to share your thoughts on number 4 with Coolio.
Oh yes, I think Coolio's a legend, and it's really sad that we're seeing a lot of our legends that are between the age of like 49, the whole 50s pass away. Like from DMX to Coolio, I feel like it was another rapper that was like right in that age group.
Quite possibly, but off the top of my head, I can't.
And it's
think
just
of
sad to see that era is taken away from. It's like that 90s era.
it. Biz Markie?
Biz Markie, yeah. That 90s era of hip hop is slowly leaving. But the 80s and stuff are still there. And it's really weird. Yeah. I don't know what it is. So those people like that we grew up listening to, please just start taking care of yourselves.
Yeah.
Just take care of yourselves and make sure you're doing everything you need to. Just weird that era is like leaving us.
At this point, it's just it's very much there's no guarantee for anybody, which is why we all need to just like get our stuff together. Yeah. Especially for like us younger ones who haven't seen full stardom yet. I think it's important that we are doing a lot of the things that we want to do in terms of everyday life and then like professional endeavors. Like there really is no time to wait for the perfect time. And to those of y'all who I'm talking to, y'all know I'm talking to y'all because y'all like, oh shit. So yes. For those of us that are waiting for the perfect time to strike, to pursue somebody, to pursue career opportunity, start a business, whatever the case may be, we don't know that we have that perfect time. So strike. Because the way that the world is going right now, like look at gas prices. Hurricane Ian is ripping through Florida. People in what's the southern state that's going through it? Is it not Louisiana? No, Puerto Rico is
I was talking about with the
underwater, and then the water is Mississippi.
I think so.
Yeah, like there's a lot going on. So everybody do what you got to do because tomorrow is not promised for any of us, young or old. Number 5. So Nick Young reacts to, I don't know how to pronounce this man's name. Nia Long's husband.
I don't know how to pronounce it neither.
I don't know. I haven't been listening to the interviews because it's been a lot.
Reading his name.
Yeah. Nick, we're just going to try our best. Nick Young reacts to Ime Udoka cheating on Nia Long, saying it doesn't matter about the woman. Men just get bored sometimes. Woo. Nick, you recently weighed in on the Boston Celtics coach. Ooh, you can tell I don't watch sports. Nick, you recently weighed in on the Boston Celtics coach Ime Udoka cheating scandal. I'm chewing his name out. During a recent interview with Vlad TV, the former Los Angeles Lakers star weighed in on the viral news and simply said, "Sometimes men just get bored. It doesn't matter about the woman. I think men just get bored sometimes. And you know, things happen when you get bored." So yeah, I think that's what happened next year. As previously reported, Ime was suspended for the entire year for reportedly having an improper, intimate, and consensual relationship with a female member of the team staff. In the clip, Young talked about how he was caught cheating on Iggy Azalea and compared it to Ime's situation, saying it was a little different because he was caught by someone on camera. The Australian rap star who was... Hold on. Are we going off on a tangent? Okay. As for Ime, TMZ reported over the weekend that the woman with whom Udoka had an affair with was a travel logistics coordinator and even booked hotels for Udoka's fiancée, actress Nia Long. Damn, it be the ones right under your nose. Long was reportedly blindsided by the news of an affair. She and Udoka, who had been together since 2010 and share a 2-year-old son, had apparently been house hunting in Boston right before the news broke. This is my ghetto story.
Child.
Child.
I know. Do you want to go first?
I've been going first. Go ahead.
There is the Black Twitter thing. Black men don't cheat.
A lie, if I've ever.
Yeah. I stand on this, and I've said this a lot. I believe all men cheat. I believe all men have cheated or will cheat.
We discuss this. I've never cheated, but
I've cheated out of retaliation. But I think that because I also had this conversation, I've been having a lot of interesting conversations lately about what type of cheating will I tolerate in a relationship. Because I said I believe all men cheat, and I was like, I think that there's a difference between intentional cheating and accidental cheating. Like this clearly is it. This is intentional cheating. Like he's setting up dates, going to hotels. This was intentional. Accidental is we drunk. I got pulled to the bathroom. Boom, boom, bam. This wasn't premeditated, like murder, first degree, second degree, premeditated, and just things that happen. I can handle you fucking up. I can't handle you setting up, getting the car, driving over there, wham, boom, bam, hiding it from me, blah, 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 yada, yada.
Mhm.
This whole elaborate scheme, because that means that you thought about it and you went through with it.
And you were being sneaky.
You were being sneaky.
Mhm.
Now, if you lit and some shit happened and we hoe, okay, I'm not happy about it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be on your ass about it.
Okay.
But it's something I probably can't forgive.
Right.
That's all I have to say about that situation.
What I will say, and I don't know how this is going to be received, but I feel compelled to say it. I don't know why everyone is acting like Nia Long is above being cheated on.
Go ahead.
I don't.
I don't know why neither.
Like, I was on social
Everybody
media.
gets cheated on. Beyonce was cheated on.
And Nia Long is sickening. Don't get like, let's not get it fucked up. But I'm just like, okay. I don't like how it happened. I don't like how her story played out. Like, he's trifling as hell, but I'm just like, okay, like, why is Nia Long any different from anybody else? People be cheating on each other, and it's not just men. People be cheating on each other. I don't know if it's because they got into a relationship for the idea of some type of security that wasn't romantic, and as a result, they wanted to do what they wanted to do, or if you just wanted to solidify the fact that you have one of the baddest women in Hollywood history. I don't know what the case is, but Nia Long is not above being cheated on. So I don't know. That narrative on social media is so weird to me. Like, it's weird. But what is that?
I don't know what that.
Probably Nia Long.
She was. Sorry, Miss Long.
Yeah, sorry. It really wasn't about you. Okay. All right. You are really just insatiable.
As soon as I put that wallet there, start doing it. Wallet possessed?
Maybe. Wow. Nia Long.
Yeah, so what really gets me about this is that all men cheat. You know,
They do.
So it's just gonna be, yeah.
I just think people, I don't even want to put it on men because I think that narrative is like really old and there's a lot of calculated women that be cheating. And I think because we have given women the role of the emotional supporter, the emotional provider, it's like, no, women would never do that. Or if a woman cheats, she's only doing it because, stop it. Stop putting conditions on this. The conversation is who's cheating, yes or no? Like, and if it's a yes, it's a yes. I don't need the logistics behind it. You did it. So yeah, but for me in a situation, aside from that being like, why is she above being cheated on? I don't know, because we've had this conversation before about like tolerating and that idea that people will slip up and stuff like that. And a part of me is still open to understanding the why and then like navigating from there. But another part of me is like, but do I want to deal with the lack of trust that I'm going to have after that moment?
Yeah.
Because then I don't want it to be a thing where I'm always
watching my back and having questioning your every intent, like when you're by yourself or like when you're out with your boys. Are you really out with your boys? What is really going on? I don't want to live in that fear of mental constraint.
Because even then you may get tired of me because now I'm questioning you and you may not be doing it anymore. But at the same time, how frustrated can you be? You created this distrust.
I think that's why some people have open relationships.
And I've thought about that. Like, could I navigate in an open relationship? And I think for me, I really need to establish what the basis of that is. It's like if me and you are doing this together, it needs to be a thing where we communicate who the person is. We both exercise certain levels of caution and protection, and we return back to each other. If it becomes this thing of like,
yeah,
you go on 3 days and traveling, and I'm like, whoa, this is a little too open.
And I think when we think about open, we automatically think just people inviting multiple people in the bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that in my mind, if I was to get an open relationship, I don't think they'll be like, you have a free pass to do whatever you want. Like, just go off and live frivolously.
Yeah, no.
Out here in these streets.
Not coming back to me.
I think that is like, we're together. There may be a moment that I may not be giving what you want sexually.
Mm-hmm.
You may want that from somebody else. But that can't be like a repeated thing. Or like if we're in the open, we may invite one person in.
Mm-hmm.
Or we have a conversation about something. I feel like if you're going to do something, be honest and open with me about it and let me know.
Mm-hmm.
But just don't be out in the streets just willy-nilly just fucking and sucking everything.
And no
I
dating.
It's inappropriate.
No dating.
Definitely no dating.
If we're in an open relationship, like, it better be so base level bare minimum. Do not be courting miss me with the trips.
Yeah.
Fucking anniversary.
Yeah.
Don't entertain their family. When I tell you, it better be so minimalist in terms of how you interact with that
And it
person.
better happen when you're out of town. I don't want nobody in the city.
Really?
LA's too small.
You see, I didn't think about that.
Actually, the black gay community as a whole. Did you not see that Burn Book? Were you on Twitter when the Burn Book and stuff was going on? I don't think we had a show doing that. The Burn Book and how they were exposing Anthony. Oh, I shouldn't have said his name, but they were exposing a guy on Twitter about like his made up life and like how he had multiple lovers and all this other stuff.
Which one are we talking about?
This was on Twitter.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like, we'll talk off on the next commercial.
Yeah.
There was a Burn Book in LA.
Yes, and it was all the people who were promiscuous and the reasons why and little things about them. Yeah.
Did it get ugly?
It did get a little ugly. So much ugly that we were actually talking. Nigga, yeah, it got ugly.
We'll talk on commercial break. This one went right past me. Child. Well, I wasn't too. What year was this?
What year was this? Last week?
It was last week?
Yes.
I thought you said last year, oh bitch.
No, last week.
Oh my God, I need the link.
I got you.
Am I in it?
No, thank God.
Woo-wee! I couldn't take. Okay, look, my stomach dropped. I feel the glizzy now. Because you really never know what people are saying. You never know what people are saying. I don't want no smoke. But damn. Were there a lot of people in it you knew?
Mm-hmm.
Oh God. Woo. To Nia Long, even though it sounds like I was shading you at the top of this, I really wasn't, but I really wanted to drive that fact home. Like, no one is above anything. No one is better than anything. Nia Long is just another woman who got caught up in that painful cycle of men being insatiable and selfish. So, like, it sucks, and I'm wishing her the best in this situation. And she will only rise. She's still Nia Long. People are always going to shoot their shot. People will always reference her in pop culture and songs. So she's going to be good. It's just like one of the pains of life. So my support to Nia Long. And yeah, that was it for a bitch. You better read.
What's my favorite word?
I drag it out to give you time to find the sound effect.
Thank you so much. And now
I never had to say it that slowly.
And now it's time for the topic.
You think Harriet Tubman was walking around with a fucking nice, shiny fucking dress on with a fucking crown on her head when she was taking slaves to freedom?
I actually think that often. I feel like she had a nice, shiny dress on with a fucking crown on her head when she was taking slaves. Boom, to freedom and punching babies.
Knocking them out.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Don't y'all come in here try to comfort Eric.
Okay.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. You think them crying ass kids on the road to freedom at 1, 2, 3, 4 in the morning trying to escape, and you think a crying baby gonna work? Child, if you gotta put that baby down, you gotta put the baby down. It's for the future. Damn, those had to have been some hard times. Damn, because I love kids. I would never think about hitting a kid unless that kid is just like, Jesus, like terrible. But yeah, like shit, you got to do what you got to do. It's for the betterment of the people
and for the child.
Yes, and for the child. Okay, so you can cry peacefully tomorrow, but not on this trip. Not on this trip. All right. So what's the topic today?
The topic for today, we've been talking a lot about relationships, and especially today was really weird because cuffing season's coming.
Oh yeah,
well, we're officially started cuffing season.
The draft.
Yeah, the draft is going on right now. October 1 kicked off the draft for cuffing season. People are building their rosters and moving around and all this other stuff as we move to the holiday seasons and holiday times, Thanksgiving, Christmas, the Super Bowl, Valentine's Day, and then afterwards see if it's going to go on. So my question is, as you're building this roster and stuff, when do you know that the person that you're courting is the one to become the main player? What are those signs for you? Like, are you like on a time constraint? Like, I know some people like, okay, after 3 months of dating, I should know if I want to do this 90-day trial. Like after 90 days, I should be able to be like, you know what? I like this person. I don't like this person, and move on from there. Like, do you go off of your feelings? Is it a gut feeling? Does it happen before those 90 days? Does it happen way after? Like, how do you know, like, this is the person that I want to take serious?
For me, and I'm only coming with the experience from what I've previously experienced. I don't have it fully figured out, but based on how much I want to spend time with you. Like that's important to me because I'm a very personal person. When I want to be alone, I want to be alone, and that's more days than some would think. And if I want to incorporate you into those days, that's a sign that I really enjoy spending time with you and sharing space with you. Also, like, is my guard down? And is it like normally down? Like, am I comfortable being goofy around you? Can I eat around you like freely? My random quirks or like awkward, goofy moments, like, do I express those often? If I'm doing that, then I'm like, I may have something here. Just because like a big part of a relationship is freedom for me, and the freedom to feel safe and welcomed and appreciated as I am. So if I feel that, then I think about next steps.
Yeah. I don't know, because like at one point I was definitely, because I'm a hopeless romantic, and people know I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I fought hard and fast.
Mm-hmm.
I would crush really, really hard. So for me at first, it used to be like the time constraint, because like I know for me, like if I'm really interested in you at first, after 90 days, that first like I gotta get to know you. I want to know so much about you starts to wear off, and I'm gonna start like, oh, I don't really like the way he eat. Like the way he chews is really disgusting. Or like I just start nitpicking at little stuff. I'm like, oh well, yeah, I guess that's faded.
Oh my god!
I guess it started off as like the trial, but now I'm also moving like emotions and feelings. Like, what do I really feel? What do I really like about you? What is it that makes me want to invest time and energy and get to know you more? I think that's more so what I'm on now. And I think it's interesting when we think of things like cuffing season and we make these jokes about it, but in real life, people are actually like doing these things. Like people are really like
interviewing
for the winter months. Like like summertime be great, and now winters people want that time during the holiday season when it's cold just to sit in the house and get to know people. And I think it's really interesting, especially in our community, like these seasonal relationships.
It's so interesting.
And I've realized that I've had a lot of relationships end around this period. And right before the holidays. I don't know if God just wants me to save my money. Or going to my birthday season like this. Hi, it's me. But like, I don't know. But it's always seemed like around this time, like if I'm talking to somebody or a relationship starts, it's ended like mid-October.
No.
By homecoming.
Not by homecoming.
It's
now
really
I'm starting
weird.
to think it's a you thing.
It's really weird.
So you can go back home and bust it open.
I also know that Mercury retrograde is always like right in this area right here. That in Libra. Yeah, it's always in Libra, and I've successfully made it through this year.
Okay.
Thank God, because this time last year, like Cardi B's birthday party, that week of Cardi B's birthday party was like the worst week ever.
Really?
Yes. Me and that boy stopped talking because that whole scandal. Went to go see JoJo, couldn't get it because I only had one vaccination. So I had to forfeit my tickets.
I do remember when you
went to the party and wanted to enjoy the party, but really couldn't because that boy was still there hovering around in that party. It was like, ugh, it was just.
Wait, what party?
Cardi B's party. I was at Cardi B's birthday party, having a supposedly about to have a ball, a time.
He was there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There'll be more.
Maybe I'll go this year.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, you should definitely go. Well, congratulations on successfully making it through Mercury retrograde. There is a shadow period for 2 weeks. This has been a great retrograde for me.
It is. This is why I'm really nervous about turning that application for the apartment.
Why?
I gotta, because of retrograde. I just want to get it. I really want.
Well, it ended at 5:53 a.m.
Last
night? We do have a shadow period for 2 weeks. But you're out the retrograde still. I actually shared it on my story. So yeah. Feel you on that one. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just at a space now where I want to make sure I'm making all the right moves with people because I'm in a sensitive time where it's like one wrong move and I'm really not gonna see it for any of you niggas.
None of you.
Like one more wrong move outside of my own actions, and I'm not gonna see it for y'all niggas just because I don't want to open myself up to any nonsense. And I feel like right now I'm on the up and up with so many different things that I really need to be focused on. So it's like love would always be nice. Like genuinely reciprocated love would be nice. But I'm not willing to sacrifice the work that I'm doing on myself for temporary satisfaction. So, like, if you're not going to come with it, don't come at all.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Does age play a factor in that?
In regards to,
You're dating. This is because this is another one of my friends is dating. I think is a lot younger than what they should be, or a lot younger than what I would prefer.
how big is the gap?
10 years.
That's tough though, because I deal with a lot of older guys, but I'm not dating them. I'm physical with them. So I think that dating is a different type of like energy investment as opposed to just the physicality of it.
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking too. Because like I know for me, and I say this all just to write back when you know someone's the one. Age is something that also plays into if I feel like someone is the one as well. Because I know that being 28, for the last couple years, what? Okay, being in my 30s, dating has looked different and felt different for me than it was when I was in my early 20s.
Mhm.
And like being 31 and dating someone, well, no, they have to be like 33, and then dating someone 21. I always think of like, what do we have in common? Like, or I also think like, okay, what I wanted at 21 when I was in college,
Mhm.
it's different what I wanted at 25. What I wanted at 25 was different what I wanted at 30, and what I wanted at 30 is different what I want now, even though I'm on 28. You know, so it. I know, like, because you become a different person every 7 years. Your taste bud change, your likes, your interests start to differ. You physically are different. Your emotions are different. You've gone through different life situations you experience, and I always think like when I'm dating someone, should age really matter that much? No matter how mature they may seem, no matter how much grounded they may seem, because I know I was mature at a young age,
Mhm.
but also learned so much
Mhm.
now that I know I didn't think about back then. So when you're cuffing somebody, does age play like a big factor in that?
Yeah, I think it's easy to say age ain't nothing but a number, but legally that's a lie. And in addition to that, like we can't disregard the developmental changes that happen every year of life.
Yeah.
So like you can really only date based on past experiences, at least improve your dating situations based on past experiences. So I take into account like if you're 21, how much dating have you done? How much like substantial adult dating have you done? Not talking about your high school experience. Maybe like we can account for college, that's fair. But like I still don't feel like there's enough time and skill sets that have been developed. Like when I was in my younger 20s, like if I was like 24 or something, then I could do 21. At 28, I'm not talking to you at 21, 22, 23.
Yeah.
I don't really care to because I know not only who I was during those times, but like it's just too significant of a gap. Like at this point, you have to either you can be like 1 year younger than me, but like that's a lot. Like 4 or 5 years, that's a lot. Or preferably older than me, and that does not mean that that person is going to be more financially secure than you or more emotionally and mentally mature.
Yeah.
Um,
I've learned that because I've dated some 37, 40-year-olds and like, do you need therapists?
right, and probably. But I am more willing to run that risk with an older person as opposed to taking that risk with the younger person. I'm very much off the younger person wave unless it's like very close in proximity.
Yeah, I used to have a rule when dating younger. You couldn't be younger than my youngest brother.
Is Brown your youngest?
No, my brother Marcellus is my youngest brother.
He's younger than Brown.
Yeah, Brown's the middle child.
How old is Marcellus?
Marcellus just turned 30 in June.
How old is Brown?
Brown is 32. We're all back to back to back.
I would have never guessed.
We're all boom, boom, boom.
I love that.
So we're all close. And I always think like, I don't know, because I always seen them, his friends, even though we're only like, we're 2.5 years, 3 years apart. I always looked at them like, those my brother friends. That's They're little ass niggas. So like to hear like people late like super young, I just always thought like, what do you have in common? Like, what do y'all talk about? Like, what is the brain frequency on?
I think it also depends on like what is the older person speaking about.
Yeah.
Do they have anything to contribute to this conversation? Because maybe the younger person is thriving in the conversation because the older person ain't got shit to say his damn
That's what
self.
I'm thinking too. And I don't want to judge people or my friend like that, but I'm also kind of like,
honestly, a lot of us have the understanding that pickings are slim, and as a result, you're willing to try things that maybe you wouldn't normally. I just know for me, I'm not dipping in the kiddie pool. I'm off that wave. I've had my time. It was cute when it was cute, and yeah, it's above me now. It's above me now.
I don't think I can do that neither. But we're gonna talk about some more stuff that we probably actually can do, or probably can't do, depending on this question of the day when we get back.
And we are back. We are back. Happy Sunday, hoes. So we were in the middle of the topic. We're near the tail end of the topic. Kelvin brought up an interesting point during the commercial break, and
oh yes, we were just sitting here and conversing and talking about dating still, like in the whole when do you know? And it's like I was having a conversation with my brother, and we were talking about the difference between dating here in Los Angeles and dating in Indiana, or just the Midwest in general. And I was talking about like how in Indiana and we're dating in the Midwest, you have like a smaller pool. It's like when you find somebody and you start dating, it's like one-on-one dating, like you're courting that person. It seems a little bit more intimate. It seems like you are actually like gaining towards something. And out here, I've learned the term of dating casual or casually dating. And it's like, oh, I can date you, but we're not exclusive. Like we may be doing things and going on dates and doing other stuff, but we're casually dating because I can do this with other people.
Right. So don't get crazy.
So don't get crazy. But we may be doing real date stuff. Like we'll go to the movies. We'll go out here. I'll come over. We'll cook pizza. We'll have these moments of intimacy together, and like we're building something, but we're not putting anything on it because we're only dating casually. Which is a really interesting concept that I have to learn how to grasp here. Like we're dating, we're going out on dates, we're doing things that couples may or may not do, but we're not together because we have not put a title on, which is really interesting.
How does that make you feel? Because I was talking to a friend about that, like I guess preliminary dating boundaries on like what do you keep sacred for your partner and what are you willing to give in a dating space? Like, you know how for casual hookups, some people would prefer not to kiss because they're like, that's purely for my partner and things of that sort. So like, how do you feel about that? Do you have any like preliminary dating standards versus actually dating?
That's interesting because I think the expectations are different.
Definitely.
When I'm fully dating somebody, the expectation of you contacting, moving a certain way and acting a certain way for me is there. But also, I don't know, because I'm weird, because I always say like I always date with intent. So like if I just want to hook up with you, I'm just going to hook up with you, and it's going to be that, hey, bye, whatever. But that doesn't happen too often for me because I'm an empath and I feel like I pick on people's emotions. So like if I do that, like I need to have a little conversation, then cool. But like I feel like if I start talking to you, I'm talking to you because I like you and I want to get to know you. So my mind is just a little bit different that way. I don't know. Maybe I expect too much, but I do find it a little difficult in that I have to start setting like those little rules and regulations, if you will, for lack of better terms, of what I will tolerate, what I won't tolerate, what we can do and what we can't do, what seems too relationshipy, what seems like casual. And I think that has helped me, especially like dating out here. That definitely has helped me, like set up those boundaries and also setting boundaries for myself. What I want to do, what I won't do, and what I'm willing to do and what I won't do for these said people. What time and energy am I giving? What words am I saying to this? How am I acting? How am I showing up in this quote unquote relationship or friendship or dating ship or whatever we're doing? How am I presenting myself and what am I giving to you at all those times? Those things click in my mind.
Yeah, definitely.
Because energy, like I always tell people, it's so weird to me. And someone said this to me the other day. I said, I called you because I just wanted to feel your energy. Like I needed that energy back. And I always think about that when I'm dating. Like people enjoy your space and your energy and your time, but won't commit to that because it's not what they're ready for. So people will steal energy but never give it back. So I've learned to be very cautious about who I give that energy to. Who am I around? Who am I surrounding with my love? Even though it may not be agape, it may not be romantic, but it may be like very platonic, and because we're still dating, so it's a little bit of romance there. But how am I giving that to you? How am I showing up with that? So I'm learning to be more conscious in those aspects when it comes to casually dating, because I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I can't afford to bruise it too much.
Right. Wow. A bar. I was having this conversation not too long ago, and now I'm in a space where I'm trying to like rework what are my preliminary dating standards and like rules and regulations, not only for other people but for myself, because I've been told I move a little fast. Not by people I'm dealing with, but by friends. Like certain things have to be exclusive to your person. So like for me, I'm the type of person, I'll invite you over. We could play video games, like we could kick it, like we could cuddle, we could do that stuff. I'm not fucking you most likely, but like all that other stuff, like that is my natural essence. I like to navigate people in ways that allows me to not only use my inner child but find their inner child. So like when you come over, you play video games and stuff like that. Like I don't want you flexing on me or talking about like career stuff, at least not in totality. Like I want to do things where you can just be, you know, lax and like cool and come as you are. But I realize that in that sometimes not only can other people get caught up and misinterpret what I'm doing, also like what am I saving for my person? You know, because I'm not looking at it that deep, but it's like, okay, if I'm giving you this energy and then I give my person this energy, it's like there has to be some type of end goal. So I think now I'm understanding that I have to have people work a little harder. Because I'm in this space now where I've been a little more open to just seeing where things can go. Typically, if you don't fit my archetype of what I've dealt with in the past, like I won't consider it. And I realized that what was going on in the past wasn't working for me that great. So I was like, let's try things differently. So I'm doing that, but I realized that you just can't give everyone knee along, please. All right, we moved on.
Okay.
It's not even bitch, you better read anymore. But yeah, I'm realizing that I have to scale back some. One of the rules that I've set for myself, because I'm realizing that's the thing in LA, if you express interest in talking to me, if you try and talk to one of my friends, scrap.
Done.
Scrap.
Done. And I know all my friends are handsome.
Yeah,
I don't hang out with ugly people on purpose.
Oh, well, it wasn't intentional for me. I've been blessed.
I don't hang out with people on purpose. Because ugly is not just physical, it's in the soul.
Absolutely.
I feel like if you're ugly on the inside, it's going to show up on the outside. I feel like I hang with a lot of people who are beautiful on the inside, and it shows up on the outside. And it shows up in the way you present yourself and the way you carry yourself. And then we all just happen to be
okay.
Fine. We can't
give it up filthy.
Can't help that.
All right. But still, with that said, it's like, yes, I understand that I am a reflection of the company I keep. However, it is something very tacky, distasteful, niggerish, and insatiable about a guy who tries to talk to a whole friend group. Yeah. Like, pick one and commit. If you pick the wrong one, then take the L. Or at least communicate with the person that you were talking to. Hey, I am interested in pursuing X, Y, and Z. Like, if you're going to do that, at least be like forthcoming about it. But like, I've learned that a lot of guys, and in LA specifically, because I can only really speak about here in New York, have this thing about just like trying to see if everyone's grass is green.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's weird.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. Before I was a little more like, I wasn't sure that I could be comfortable expressing that, because it's like, if you're not my person, I can't tell you who you can and cannot pursue. And I've had some like experiences where they wouldn't have gave a fuck anyway. But still, that's for me to set that standard. And it's like at the first sign of that, whether it's a joke, whether it is you're dead ass serious, if I see something like that, it's done. It's done. Like I'm no longer playing with the I want to talk to you, but I want to talk to your friends too. It's clipped.
Yeah, we can't date in the same friend group. I'm mad that I dated people and met their friends later, and then you have a connection with their friend. You be like, damn, and I know their friend be like, damn, now we just moving right along. But it's another point you were talking that makes me that I'm interested in to hear your perspective, because as you were talking, it kind of made me realize I was reading something, and it was like a little quote like, "Black man, be careful loving." Be gentle with how you love another black man, because this may be their first time experiencing love this way. And you're both understanding how to love each other. Especially like as black gay men, we don't really experience love early on in life. So as we're learning in our 20s and our 30s, and hell, some people even in their 40s are figuring out how to honestly learn how to love and what that means to be reciprocated and given. And just from that conversation kind of made me think about that. Like, we are both probably learning how to make these things work, because we some of us have examples, but we don't have like male gay examples,
like actual representation.
Yeah, I've had examples of what love looks like. My parents were married for 27 years,
right?
But they were together for 27 years, you know.
Right.
So I've seen them.
Right.
I've seen what love looks like. Seen what love looks like when people are angry, when they love each other, how they make up. I witnessed it. I know it can work, but I've never seen it between two black men. I've never seen it between two men, period, you know, that long of a relationship.
Yeah.
In person. So I think like us learning how to love each other and how to give each other is a factor into that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you think you know how to receive love?
I'm learning to. I don't have all the answers right now because I have these seasons where I'm closed off to it, and then times where I'm longing for it and open to it. So I don't have it down packed, which is why I try and exercise as much grace as I can, which is also why now I'm being a little more stern with myself about setting up standards and boundaries. Because before, my thinking was the more standards and boundaries you have, the smaller your pool becomes.
Mhm.
And who wants a small pool?
Mhm.
But I realized that a smaller pool is probably a more beneficial and a healthier pool.
Mhm.
So I don't know how to receive love 100 grand, but I'm getting a lot better with it. And really being open about what I want and vocal, and just hoping that the person can, give it. But if they cannot give it, accepting it and being upfront about it. Like there's no point in being in denial. Like if a situation is clearly not giving what it needs to give, or it's like more of like a 60% no, a 40% yes,
Mhm.
like I bow out, because I don't need to do that. I don't need to hold space for something that actually means a lot to me. Like for as much as I love the idea of love, I don't want to downplay it. So if a situation doesn't seem like it's going anywhere, if a situation seems like it's really only beneficial in one area but not the other areas, then I can continue to work on my self-love individually until that manifests the way I want it to manifest. But like, yeah, I don't know. Do you feel like you know how to give and receive love?
I feel like I know how to give love to my capacity. Um, that I've been able to give thus far.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I know how I show up. I know that I show up in words of affirmation. I show up in touch. I show up in quality time, and I know how to give love that way. I'm learning how to give love other ways.
Mm-hmm.
Like gifts. I'm not big on gifts. I'm not good. I'm not big on stuff like that because I don't expect those. So
Mhm.
like for me, it's just been like, hi, I'm here. Like here we are. So I'm learning how to show up in those ways. So I've learned how to love to my capacity, and I'm learning how to do other things with outside of that. But I know when it comes to receiving love, I'm learning that my love language is changing how I receive it.
Mm-hmm.
I know how I show up and give it, but now I'm realizing quality time is more important to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm realizing that words of affirmation really do mean something for me. I'm learning that how to accept other people's love language
Mm-hmm.
that's outside of mine. And I think that's important when
That
you're,
is really
you're dating
important.
someone too, because we always say my love language is yada yada, but we don't also talk about how we show up in our love language,
Right.
or how we receive that from our love language. Because a lot of times we second guess it,
Mm-hmm.
we question it, or we're like, what was your real intent behind this, without just accepting it for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Or we start to nitpick at things that are good
Mm-hmm.
because we're not used to receiving it, or this person getting too close too soon. I don't know.
Oh, child, that's me.
Or like, what is up with this? Like, I don't know. What's your real intention?
Mm-hmm.
And then we start to push people away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I know I'm guilty of that.
definitely.
People that come up too strong early, I'm like, what's going on?
Same.
But then I'm like, should I embrace that? But are you just desperate?
It's
But then, are
tough.
you not desperate? You just like me. But why do you like me?
I think that's why it's important in some cases to give time to the situation, just so you can create some type of understanding. Like I think if there's a gut intuition, like no, this is just too much for a reason, then like do what you got to do. But for the most part, like I think a lot of us need to give ourselves time to really understand the situation, and like also like maybe disarm ourselves if we need to. Like maybe that person is coming on strong because they're really invested and see a future there and they want to. So like as opposed to immediately making it a red flag, like just being like, okay, maybe it's me, let me take a second and pace this situation, because you don't want to lose a good thing self-sabotaging. And I think a lot of us are either really hurt or really traumatized, and we project those things onto how people deal with us. So sometimes we need a second to just like get our own feelings in check and then navigate the situation. Because I know me, like at my first, an older version of me, my first impulse, I'd be like, oh nope, too much, gotta go, and then I'm playing dead. And the person never hears from me again. But I'm like, they could have been really great people, but I had my own situations and I wasn't able to like check in with myself. Therefore, I may have lost out on a situation that was for me. Who knows?
Yeah, I also don't like when people just overtly sexual starting off. That's a big turn off to me. Like, I don't.
Yeah,
Why are you
it
so
depends though,
sexual?
actually, because some people like like when you first meet them, it's like, no, I know what I want with you, and if then that's the thing, like have some type of like suaveness to it,
Yeah,
but still, like,
name me up. Just
right,
don't just be so blank.
right, don't be like just come through and let me X Y Z. Like, okay, no,
Yeah,
that's not smooth.
like yeah,
But
yeah, because I get a lot of that. I want to. Wow, thank you so much for the invitation. But can we
like on initial conversation,
yeah,
oh no,
like that's weird.
like you kind of gotta like woo me.
Shit's weird, bro.
Cause I like intellect, so like show me that you're witty and show me that you know how to play
Yeah.
with words and
Yeah, that
like,
you have a personality that we can get along.
cause you can still get the same message across, but with a different approach.
What is when you're attracted to the mind? Is it pansexual?
I don't know. I don't identify as any of that stuff.
I know I'm a G
Okay,
in the alphabet group,
like
but I think because for me it's like you have to connect mentally first, and then I'm attracted to you physically.
absolutely. Well, no,
Because you can be cute,
mm-hmm.
but if it ain't nothing there, I'm
Yeah.
over it.
I feel
Like I need to talk to you before like we do anything.
but some people are really fucking fine, and I don't care what's going on
I'm
in their
really
head.
fucking fine, but like I care what's going on in the head. Like you can be fine as fuck, but like if you start talking dumb, I'm be mad.
Right, like if you spoke and said something stupid, then it's like, whoop, okay, you brought me back to
Like,
reality.
what is going on?
But like some people, you just see them on initial contact. You ever seen someone you just like, I just want to fuck? No?
Mm-mm.
Wow. Yeah. Happens to me. Happens to me. Not often. Not often, but it definitely happens to me. Like some guys, I'm like, yeah, man, you don't ever have to call me again. Let's just do it today. And we cool. But that was all for the topic. Low key / the question of the day, because we only have 9 minutes left.
I know. Oh geez.
We blazed through this show.
We did. What, you want to talk about this?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
time for If I Told You That. I really actually don't care for this.
So do you want to do this?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. Now it's time for the question of the day.
Question.
It's question of the day / If I Told You That. Like it just is what it is. Like happy Sunday, y'all. So today's question of the day is, what words or phrases have you been saying wrong your entire life? I didn't understand. I wasn't saying it wrong, but I was using it without fully understanding it. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
Mhm.
Now I get it.
Well, I just realized it's not cake and eat it too.
What do you?
There's a whole trend on TikTok that's saying this. You can't have Kate and Edith too.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, I
First
just
off, how
realized
many
that.
Kates and Ediths do you
Well,
know?
think about back then. So it's like
In the
you can't
UK?
have both.
In the UK,
It's like you can't have both.
we don't have that many Ediths in the US.
But it's like you can't have two women at the same time. You can't play both fields, which I guess gets to like, black people. We just start mumbling things and like can't have cake and eat it too.
But that's not true. What if you're polyamorous? Then you can have Kate and Edith.
You can, but you also can't have your cake and eat it too. I never understood what that was, but now when they say Kate and Edith, it
Mhm.
makes sense.
For you can't have your cake and eat it too. Your cake is on the plate in your hand. You ate it. You can't expect it to still be on the plate.
No, that's not what it meant.
That is what that means.
That is not
You
what it meant.
cannot have the cake and eat it simultaneously, because then you will not have cake at the end of it.
It's like saying you can't enjoy the pleasures of what you made. You can't make something. For me, I thought it was like you can't have something that's so great and so succulent and so amazing and so celebratory,
Mhm.
and then also eat it, because you can't eat your own poison or celebrate your own self. You can't do too much. You can't do too much with it.
You went really left. You jumped out the window with that
No,
one.
that's what I
Kelvin,
thought.
what?
Like, you can't always enjoy what's always there. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Like you can't always enjoy.
Mine's is the right version.
No, think about the Trey Songz song. You can't have cake and eat it too. But ain't this what you're supposed to do?
Yes.
It's like, so you can't there's something so great, so magnificent, so something so wonderful
Mhm.
that I want all of it. It's something that's so tempting, but I can't have it because it's not good for me, or it's not something that I would that I should be enjoying.
That doesn't make sense.
It makes perfect
Trey
sense.
Songz version is legitimately
That makes perfect sense.
saying if you have the cake and you want to eat it, once you eat that cake, it's gone.
Yeah, you can't enjoy it.
You can't have
You
it
shouldn't
too.
be enjoying it. You can't have it.
I don't like your reasoning.
I don't like your reasoning. You're
Don't
mad
like
because my
it.
reasoning is correct.
No, it's
My
not.
reasoning is correct.
No, it's not. Okay.
Can you clip this?
Yes.
And we want to ask the people.
Yes. Because
What does you can't have your cake and eat it to me? What does that mean?
And we're still using words and phrases more so Kelvin wrong. What else?
Mine as well.
Mine as well, or might as well?
People say mine as well, which is
Mhm.
like might as well.
I thought it was might as well.
It is might as well. But
Yeah.
people be like mine as well. Like MINDS as well. Mine as well.
Oh, I was thinking MINE. But
See, yeah, but it's actually might.
Oh no, I know that. I
Yeah.
thought your example
Yeah.
was spelled MINE.
Yeah, but
not
people
mine.
say mine as well.
There's so much happening.
There's so much going on there.
Not mind as well.
Yeah, mind as well.
There's another one I've heard too, and I was just like,
It's like might as well.
might as well. It's kind of like what the hell.
Yeah.
This is gonna piss me off because when I leave, it's all gonna come
It's
to
like
me.
boom, 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 boom.
Because I've heard so many people like use different things. I'm like, I don't understand that. Do you have any?
I had so many when I wrote this. I'm gonna put this on my poll on IG.
Right? Might as well. Can't have your cake and eat it too. To each his own.
Really? So I was so shook that I damn near knocked myself out.
Mhm.
Wait, what is it? What is it really?
I always thought like to each person their own preference.
So what is it really?
I don't know. I've just heard it used in different ways, and I was like, what? But also not pronounced correctly, like not spoken correctly.
Oh my gosh, there's so many. Oh wow. Okay, here we go. This is a good conversation about how to love me. Oh, okay. Oh,
G Vibes podcast. So sorry, y'all. We
were over here just having a whole day.
really just chatting.
Specific. Yes, specific. Some people say Pacific.
Yeah, I hate that.
And it's not right.
It's not correct at all. It's specific.
It's specific.
Damn.
But shout out to G Vibes.
Yes, absolutely.
Podcast for listening, tuning in. We've done ignored this whole thing over here, but we appreciate you listening.
Thank you for listening.
You. Shout out. Yeah, but there's so many things.
There's a lot.
Did I just say wrong? Maybe it's me being country.
Of course, the salmon debate.
Yeah. But my friends were teasing me not too long ago because I said that hair, and hair are the same thing.
What's the third hair?
So what is this? Oh, your head.
That one. Hair. HAIR.
What you do with your ears?
Oh, here?
And then where are we?
That's not hair.
Where are we?
Here.
Okay, hair.
I was thinking the rabbit hair. Why'd you skip that one?
Because they're all the same. It's all here.
No, because hair isn't here.
Hair. I hear you.
That's just your accent. That's not how that's
It's
said.
It's said the same.
It's not said
It
the
is
same.
said the
It's
same.
not even spelled the same.
It's none of them are spelled the same.
Yeah, but like the structure of it is not the same.
Here.
No.
I love your hair, and I know you love to hear about it, but right here, we're doing something different.
It doesn't even flow the way you want.
All of it is the same.
It's not.
Hair.
No, it was a fail. Tomato. Boo.
Oh,
That wasn't good. That's.
I'm
not
mad we
relatable.
missed G Vibe stuff. She was talking some real stuff.
I know. Shout out to G Vibes. G Vibes, we may have to do a little cross branding.
Okay, pull up on our podcast.
We could get into some things in
Get into
person.
some things.
We
Well,
respond in person.
yes, we really do. Well, Eric, it's about that time.
Yes.
I'm ready to get the fuck
ASAP after this shit.
Oh my God, did you see her rant about the gays
Did you see her black mouth while she was ranting about the gays?
with the red lipstick? I was like, you need
Her
to
mouth
not,
was literally black.
you need to not bash us and recruit our services.
She needs mouthwash.
yeah, like ill. She needs
A-
like
a
a
simple-
nasty lip scrub. A nasty lip scrub. A nasty of just like menthol mouthwash.
Bleach.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's giving bleach.
Before you flap your gums at the gays.
She needs to chew on a Clorox wipe. Like, you know, like people do like gum. She needs to chew on like a Clorox wipe just to get all that nook and guck out of
Oh
there.
my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode of the Get Right Radio Show. As always, it is appreciated. Please feel free to keep up with me on IG at The World According to Eric, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at Eric Devontae, and TikTok at Eric Devontae Russell 3.
And I am Kelvin Unique. You can find me at Kelvin Unique, KelvinEunique on Instagram, and flip that to Unique Twitter. Unique
Okay.
Kelvin on Twitter. If you want to follow us, The Get Right as a whole, make sure you follow us on Instagram, The Get Right Radio Show, and also make sure you download the Good News Radio app, because that way you can listen to this show and all 260 that came before it. Yes. Oh, Eric. 260.
I know. All right, look, we're not doing this, kid. Yeah, so as always, I hope you got right.
Get right or get left.
Bitch, you better get right.